Last time on Thursday Night Therapy, Captain Fletcher discovered Torrin's undead experiments, but was, after a little persuasion, reassured that everything was under control, and arranged to return in the evening to complete the sale of the Silent Howl. Des and Lani decided to continue their pub crawl from the previous day, this time though playing a pair of drunks rather than actually becoming one. Des, in particular, while acting the alcoholic, loudly and brashly asked about the local crime syndicate in hopes of luring out a representative, perhaps. Although they were not approached, Lani did spot a sly-looking fella eyeing them up, but the stranger slipped out of the door and merged into the streets, Lani and Des unable to track him. So they continued their crawl, and landed in an establishment called the Hagfish, where Lani took part in a local dare, drinking some of Nora's slimy juices, and he was able to keep it down, winning himself a small purse of gold and his name carved into the wall above the bar. Back on board the ship as evening arrived, so did Father Torben, ready to attempt at least to restore the owlbear to his former glory. As Torben began the procedure, the owlbear became increasingly nervous. But with a group effort, culminating with Sandara magically forcing him to hold still, the spell was completed. The owlbear opened his eyes, or Albert, as it would turn out. Still very much dazed and confused, but ultimately returned to his former self. And after a little conversation and explanation, was left to gather his thoughts. Moments later, a man appeared at the gangplank, the barman from the Fat Man's Feedbag, and informed Des and Lani that he indeed found a potential employer for them. He led them off the docks towards the town square, where they met a pirate captain, it would seem, shadowed by two rather familiar, battered and bruised half-orcs. Rather offended that two members of his crew were accosted and eager to enjoy a little payback, he drew his sword, and battle commenced. And that's where we're going to pick up this week, after said battle, because rather handedly took care of all of them.
Yes.
Indeed we did.
And now we loot.
If I remember correctly, you managed to catch the single buccaneer as he was running away to the north. Des, I believe you. Des
is still alive.
Exactly. Torrin, you cast Spare the Dying on the captain.
I did.
And
indeed.
the pirate you're currently stood next to, I believe. I think Des lured him with his lightning. Knocked him unconscious, and then I think you ran over and cast By the Dying.
By the Dying have been cast either now or retroactively on both of them.
Wondrous.
Yep. So we got a few dead bodies, and we've got a couple of unconscious twats.
Mm-hmm. Now, as I said, I think I mentioned last week, this little escapade has attracted quite a bit of attention. And as this place is littered with bars and taverns, and a number of patrons have come out to see what's going on. Now that the show has seemingly ended, though, a number of them are now returning to whence they came.
So painting a picture in my head where we are. I'm a bit me and Torrin are now up a bit further in near the houses, aren't we? I think because we chased after Mayboy. So up here,
are we all on the right screen? Oh, you are. We are still on the same screen.
I can't see anybody on there. Oh, okay, that's because I'm scrolled too far over. There we are. Hello.
That's because you're a twat.
This is unfortunately true. Right, so up here, whilst Spedder Dying is being cast upon people, I will shout so that people can hear me. And that's what you get when you fuck with the people from the... Which...
Silent Owl.
The Silent Owl! Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you do not fuck with us, because we will fuck you up.
I think you've forgotten what you said at the end of last session, didn't you?
I don't really think it was like 3 weeks ago.
I think you tried to convince the crowd that this had been some sort of artistic performance. Yeah, but there we go.
Doesn't sound like me.
Well, it was Des, technically, but...
Yeah, see? Yes. No, hold on.
Oh, you've gone all a bit Mr. Roboto. You still with us?
Yes? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Back in the room. Devvie, I sensed words about to leave your lips.
Yes. Well, I'm looting the corpse of the captain.
Okay.
Well, he's just unconscious currently, so...
I'm looting the unconscious captain.
Yep.
Okay.
Better?
So, he is wearing... Oh, I literally just closed it. So, he had his rapier, his whip. They are free to take if you like.
Yes.
I think he was wearing some leather armor as well.
Mm.
He had his fancy hat and cloak. And if... I'm not even going to ask for a check. You rather easily find a coin purse containing, let's just say, a flat 200 gold pieces.
Ooh, wonderful. Shit. Thank you. Excellent.
It was studded leather, actually, he is wearing.
Studded leather.
Yeah.
And Sorry, is that just mundane studded leather?
Are you able to tell by touching?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I can have a go at trying to identify it then?
Well, it looks like studded leather.
Okay.
Cool. I don't... can you identify just by you making an Arcana check?
You can detect a magical aura, potentially. Or... of some description with an Arcana check, potentially, if you wanted to implement that into your game as the DM.
Well, actually, I would. It's
knowing what it is. You need an You need an identify spell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
I'd need
Arcana
a spell
is
to
knowledge,
identify. Right? Intelligence.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So do you know what? Make an Arcana check, please, and then I'll explain myself.
Oh, that is 19.
Okay. You can see that the studded leather itself is mundane.
Uh-huh.
But now, as if you're removing it,
yes.
While doing so, you remove the cloak, and as you do, you take a closer look at it. And as I would say, just through knowledge based, not in the sense of you being able to feel the magic, but a knowledge-based assumption, you think this might be a cloak of protection.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
That sounds pretty good.
That's wonderful, but it needs identifying to be sure, so that's fine. What I will do is I'll signal for some folks to come down from the ship and put the captain in irons and take him back to our ship.
Okay.
I was just going to ask Lanny to pick him up over his shoulder, but that works too. So I was going to do the same with Des and this poor little bastard that we've got.
Fair enough. Yeah, because I eventually, here's my thought, because I'm a city rat and I don't know how these things go, I want to ask our knowledgeable friend, Mr. Croup, what the deal is with if we kill a captain, can we take a ship and no one will bat an eyelid? That kind of thing. What's the protocol?
What's the deal with airline food?
How do we acquire his ship? But that we'll come to that later. That's my thinking anyway.
Okay.
Well, Torrin, I would like to acquiesce to your demand of carrying this bloke back to the ship. However, I have a squealing little rat to deal with.
What?
The the fuckface over at the Fat Man's Feed Bag is the bloke who brought this little scuffle to our doorstep, and I think he needs a little bit of payback.
Would you want to do that together once we sorted this out? Because I'd quite like to be there if someone's sending word to attack our crew.
Fine.
Because that sounds like a lot of fun to be able to deal with. That.
Fun could indeed be had.
So, should we grab this poor fucker and shove him on the ship with the captain?
Yep. All right. I will. How heavy is he?
He's just an average-sized man. I think you can...
I mean, both of us together have got strength enough to carry him, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's not...
We're both above 10, so...
Yes.
Yeah, not going to be an issue.
I'm a strong wizard. I have a modifier of 1.
Wow. That's a
Amazing.
hench wizard.
I'm lean.
So, yeah, go on.
As we're grabbing this guy, just gonna look at Des while we're grabbing him. She's like, "No fucking lightning." Still
What?
pissed at you, by the way.
What?
You
Look.
fucking know what.
I cannot help it if even the gods themselves are taken by my magnificence.
What?
You heard me.
No, I didn't. That's the problem. We're lost.
We
Totally
didn't.
there.
You went.
Sorry, Des was stroking out there for a second.
Little bit.
I cannot help it if even the gods themselves find me irresistible.
I mean, to be fair, my ping is going up and down like a yo-yo here, so that might be something going on.
Torrin's just going to sigh. And right, grab his arms. And hoist his legs and attempt to carry this guy back to our ship.
I shall hoist.
Going past the other dead bodies that are now at the bottom of the stairs.
Well, should we do a bit of looting first, or should we come back to that?
Your brother's probably already halfway through it by now.
Good point, actually. Yeah, he is quite swift when it comes to these kind of things.
Hey, Lanny, you want to help us grab these bastards?
Yeah, I'll probably grab quite a few of them.
I mean,
could you take?
We only need the 2 living ones. Just stack the dead ones in the corner.
I mean, Torrin, it can wait a minute, but could you just check my back? I think I might have a hole or 2 in there.
Oh, hold on.
Turns around to show you his back, which he's probably got a stab wound and an axe wound in.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Hold on one moment. I'm going to pull the axe out of your shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
I wonder why that hurt a little bit.
Yeah, you had a thing. What level am I going to give it to you? What slots do I have? I'll give you a 2nd level Cure Wounds. Yeah.
Thanks, sorry, yeah. I should be able to carry a bit more now. Much better.
Can you all see his health? Or is that just me?
No,
It's
we
just
can't see healths.
Ah, okay.
I can because I have his character sheet on mine because I saw it out as macros.
Okay. Just curious.
Ordinary people cannot see health bars.
I wasn't dying, but I was lowish.
Get Sandara to have a look at you. On my back on the ship.
Yeah, I think a good rest should do it too. I'll be all right. No, we're good. And with that, picks up at least 2, if not 3, of the bodies to dispose of somewhere.
I was just going to say, chuck him in the corner there.
Actually, there's a good tarp. I'll put them under here. And with that, I'll push the bodies underneath this tarp on the left-hand side.
It's like under the rug.
Nobody will ever know.
No one will ever know.
Some other bugger can deal with that one.
Whilst I'm putting the Kenku in, does he have anything interesting on his person?
No, I'm going to say, though, if you're moving and looking through bodies, they have their weapons and, as I said, some leather armor. There's cutlasses, some short swords. There's, of course, two decent axes. There's 2 great axes that the 2 half-orcs had. But nothing of particular interest. But I'll say you do find combined 100 gold pieces.
With just push the bodies under the matting, whatever it is. Pick up the gold.
Sweep that on the rug.
Do we want to have a little split of this, or should I just keep hold of it for now? And
I think we'll deal with it later. I think
Okay.
I think Des had an idea on where we need to go after we've dealt with this.
Oh yes.
yeah, that fella at the bar, he needs a good talking to. Dazzy, maybe I can practice on my what was it? Intimidation.
Oh yes, yeah, but so laddie, I think you might have to stand behind me this time.
Okay.
You want to take those two living fucks to get on the ship then?
Yeah, I'll grab him. I'll grab the captain, chuck him over my shoulder with relative ease, and start walking.
Hey, kindly. I'm going to have a look around, if I can, to see if anybody is watching us deal with the bodies here.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a number of people around, and
Is anyone paying particular attention to the fact that we are dealing with these bodies?
I'm going to say yes. A number of people.
Okay.
I mean, you're in the middle of a
Market Square.
almost the market square. Yeah.
Yeah. Are any of them looking at me specifically?
Give me I guess an insight check or a perception check, whatever you like.
I'll do the better one of those stats, thank you. 14.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you see quite a number of people. Quite a few of them holding drinks. They are kind of. It's like they're not even shying away. They just stood there looking, interested.
You are moving bodies.
Yeah. But you don't see any that seem to be paying any particular attention to you specifically.
That's all right then. I will put up the hood on my coat and carry on back to the ship.
Okay. Are you all heading back to the ship?
Yeah. I've got to ask Croup about protocol.
All right. As you do, go on.
Sorry, I'll be assisting taking people back to the ship, and then once everything's dropped off, we'll be heading back to the Fat Man's feedback.
One step at a time. So
Yeah.
you're only taking the 2 currently living people back, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The 2 that had Spur the Dying Castle. Okay, fair enough. So as you head down to your ship, once you've got a little bit of distance between yourselves and the the fallen enemies, you do now see a number of the people that had been watching this attentively kind of rush. It's almost like once they feel like there's a safe distance, they run up and they actually start
Yeah. Got to see
looting
how
the
good
bodies
their
themselves.
boots
And you
are.
can see you can see them taking boots, jackets. They're basically being picked dry.
That's fair.
But nobody approaches you or talks to you or seems to pay you any more attention once you've actually left and returned to the ship.
Cool.
I'm going to
I
initially
would
just back on the ship.
Okay. I would ask Lanny if he can deposit both of the living people into the the captain's quarters with zombie plug, and I'm going to take the manacles off of zombie plug, and I'm going to attach an arm each to one of the to each of the other. Come on, brain, fucking work! I'm going to attach the manacles to the 2 living people that we've brought back.
Okay.
Around, I don't know, a pole so they can't run away somewhere. But they are still both unconscious. So
yeah, where have you put them?
In the
captain's
quarters with zombie plug.
Okay, we'll just put them there then.
Zombie quarters, it will be.
Okay.
And I will head to see Mr. Croup.
Okay. As you head down below deck, you actually hear conversation coming from the small but cozy galley.
Mm-hmm.
And as you step inside, you can see Croup is sat there and kind of sat opposite him on another small crate is Albert.
Oh, okay.
And they seem to be having a bit of a chat and a drink. But as you walk in, they both look up to you. And Croup says, "Oh, all right there, Devvie. I've seen what you have managed to accomplish with our friend Albert. I mean Albert here."
Yes. I always knew there was something more to him. You know, I had to at least try. And here we are.
Very, very nice of you. I've been having a bit of a chat, trying to fill him in, fill up some gaps.
That's very fine indeed of you, Mr. Croup. Thank you for that. I mean, obviously, some of us on this crew didn't have the length of service as you did, so yeah, I think you're the perfect person really to fill him in.
Well, yeah, I mean, Albert here was actually already on board when I joined the Wormwood, so I can't help him with everything, but we're going through a few things. Basically just letting him know what's been going on in the years that have passed.
Good. Well, I've only got pardon my intrusion, but I've only got a more information, a bit of information that I need, and then I'll let you carry on. So, say if you go up against another captain, and you manage to kill him,
What
happens to his ship?
Well, it depends where you are, really. I mean,
So, say I killed him outside on the docks.
you mean like, oh, right. Well, yeah, what was the question? What happens with his boat?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, there's no like set rules for this or anything. I mean, if you're able to take it, then you can take it. I mean, if it happened out on the sea, there wouldn't be much to think about, really. I mean, did you just kill the captain? What about his first mate?
I don't know, actually. I mean, well, we were set upon outside by this captain and some of his crew. Now, we killed pretty much all of them, including him, but Torrin's cast a preservation spell on him, so he ain't dead just yet. But I thought I'd keep him alive, because that way, I can say, your ship's ours now, kind of thing.
Well, who was it? Do you know who it was? It was a pirate captain, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Did you get his name? I mean, the thing is, if his first mate was still on the ship and they've seen this happen, there's a chance that he's just fuck off himself.
He's scarpered. All right. But if we manage to get on that ship and take out the first mate, then we can lay a legitimate claim to it.
Yeah, if you take a ship, you just have to. Generally, you take out the captain and anybody who tries to oppose you. But it's basically yours, I think.
Well, that's bloody simple, and I love it. Thank you very much.
Well, we are pirates. It's not complicated matters.
Yeah. But I didn't know if there was a code of honour to stick to or what. But seeing as they attacked us first, I would have thought that was out the window.
Yeah, well, no. Generally, if you go and take another ship, and you, as soon as you defeat the captain, and then most of his crew will probably surrender at that point. Once the captain's dead, there's nobody left to follow. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But as I said, if his first mate's still on the ship and he's seen this happen, he's probably thinking, "Well, it's my ship now."
Yeah. I see.
Has this literally just happened?
Literally, like 5 minutes ago. Yeah. We were heading into town and we were jumped in the town square.
Oh, for fuck's sake! All right, what, John? Let's find out who this is.
He's up in the captain's quarters.
All right, let me
unconscious.
Okay. I'll come up with you.
Right, yeah. Sorry, Albert. I'll relinquish Mr. Creep as soon as this business is over.
Albert just nods. Yes, no problem.
Wonderful.
So, Mr. Creep will accompany you up.
Mm-hmm.
And spying the captain. It's like, oh yeah, I know this guy. This is Captain Wilhelm Power. This is one of his favourite haunts. Was it just these two, you thought? Or?
No, there was like a shifty little Kenku that came out of nowhere, and a bunch of other general crew members, I reckon.
Was there an hobgoblin?
Oh no, I didn't see an hobgoblin. 2 orcs.
Oh no. So, look, last time I saw this guy, he had a hobgoblin as a first mate. So
right.
If we want with him,
he's on board.
Red Courage. That was the name of the ship.
Red Courage.
Yeah, and you now see him turning around and looking across the harbour. Each of the ships parked there. Until he spies one, currently sailing out to sea, and he points at it and says, "Yeah, that's the one."
Oh well.
Yeah, it looks like you fucking
Yeah,
waited a bit too long on that one.
Can you type the name of that guy in chat, please?
Which guy?
The captain.
Yep.
And the new one. And the first mate that's now become captain that's stealing our ship.
Well, he technically didn't say his name. He just said he was an hobgoblin. So
okay.
You could say, I suppose, that ship has already sailed.
You can fuck right off.
I could.
Oh god, I really thought about getting like a sound effect for whenever.
Whenever I speak.
Or make one of these dad jokes.
So yeah, whenever I speak.
Yeah.
You are like a walking dad joke, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've typed the name in the chat.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, but you don't know what the hobgoblin's called. And if you ask Creep, he also doesn't actually know his name.
He stands before you
It was Cruve or Rock or Cravy or something bloody stupid like that.
Here stands before you, Willem Poor. Now, just poor Willem.
Oh no.
I do presume this conversation is happening on the deck before we've pulled him into the captain's quarters where my zombie is.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
You had to see him, though, was the only thing.
I'm just going to say, Plug is kind of stood in the corner. He would have opened the door, saw the captain, and that was enough for him. And I'm just going to say he didn't see Plug.
All right.
Good. I mean, Plug. He's always covered in his robe with the hood up, completely obscuring his face.
I think you had sent him in the corner to stand in the corner. So if it's not particularly bright in there, he would have just looked through the door. He probably wouldn't have even entered the room. He would have just looked through the door and saw him. So to explain my lack of attention as the DM, I'm just going to say he didn't see him.
Okay. Cool. That works.
I'm happy with that. As
Svark. No, it wasn't Svark. What the fuck was his name?
As he shuts the door, I'm gonna look at both the idiots on the floor and just sort of mutter, just like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, what are we gonna do with you two, eh?"
Sorry, what two idiots?
The idiots that I've manacled.
Oh, okay. Are you now in there?
I'm in there.
Okay, sorry.
Away from.
I thought you'd shut the door from the outside, but you're now on the inside. Okay.
No, I've gone in and shut the door from the inside.
Okay, fair enough. I had misunderstood.
I am now off of the main deck.
So, Creep does continue. Yeah, it looks like you've missed that one. Well.
That's
I
all
mean,
right.
it's not like you don't have the crew. We don't really have enough. We've barely got enough crew for this ship, so.
Well, yeah, that's right. But
Oh, sell it.
we're better to. Well, and also
Yeah,
we're better to
that's
find
true.
a
We could
crew
have
than
bloody
you.
sold it. Also a good point, but yeah, fair enough.
That's all right. We'll catch them later if we want to. I mean, I'm not bothered. I was just thinking another ship would be nice.
Oh, it's not bad. So if you're looking to expand, create a little armada.
Well, I was thinking, get another ship and a crew up and running, and then when Albert's feeling ready for it, he can toddle off into the sunset seeking his revenge.
Well, it's very nice of you, Devvie. I mean,
It's always
I don't have anything against the owlbear, but it's very, very kind of you.
well, I'm thinking long game. It's nice to have someone else out on the waves who owes you something.
Yeah, it's very true, very, very true indeed. And from what I understand, he is still burning with a passion inside of him to find that man and kill him. So there's always a chance he could take care of business for you in that manner.
Yeah, it'd be nice to watch him do it though.
Exactly what I was about to say.
We'll have to see where that leads.
Krupp actually hushes his voice a little and actually looks over his shoulder before he speaks and says, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that myself."
Yeah, he was a bit of a tyrant, that one.
Yeah, I don't know what I was ever thinking.
That's
Getting
all
on
right.
board that ship.
We all make mistakes, and it led us to you.
Yeah, well, I think
Things happen for a reason, son.
I can blame the drink for that.
It's all good.
Oh well.
The only way is up
Right.
from it.
Oh, indeed. Things have been looking very sunny recently since you guys came along, it would seem. So,
How do you think so?
right, I'm gonna pop back down to see if old Albert's doing all right.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else you need?
No, that's it. Thank you very much, Mr. Creep. Very helpful.
All right, lovely. Toodaloo.
Yeah. I turned to my brother. Well, things are bloody easy here, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know that I wanted to make friends here and everything, but it seems like if you do get into trouble, there's a fairly easy way out of it, and that's kill everyone. And that's something I know how to do quite well.
Yeah, no, I mean, I am. It is refreshing how simple things are here.
Yeah.
Speaking of refreshing and simple, Torrin
Is not there.
is not there.
She's in the
Where's
captain's quarters.
Torrin? Torrin!
Inside the captain's quarters.
Opens the door a crack. Yes.
I am going to be patronising the Fat Man's feed very shortly. Are you interested in accompanying me?
Oh, I am. Did you want to deal with these guys first, or do that later?
I mean, what do you mean by deal with?
Wake them up, ask questions, and then dispose of.
Well, I mean, to be
Well, dispose,
perfectly honest, I think.
dispose of one and keep one. You know.
Yeah, I thought you might be going in that direction.
I think they've outlived their worth to us. I mean, the boat's gone.
Yeah, no, I mean, for all intents and purposes, I'm pretty sure that everyone is going to expect you to be dead already.
I thought maybe get some names at least, and then cut his throat.
Well, the thing is that I don't think this is actually anything particularly nefarious. I think this is a case that me and Lanny knocked about his boys, and he came out looking for revenge for it.
No, I want the names of the guys on the ship so that when we eventually chase them down and fuck them up, I know what name to shout into the darkness.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, fair. I mean, I would rather put this mate in the pub before he scarpers. And these
That's a
two,
good
I don't
point.
believe they're going anywhere.
That's a very good point.
We'll put someone on the door.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Pretty sure like you.
I'll stay here. I'll stay here.
You sure?
Yeah, you know, your particular brand of fun, that's a you thing. You lot go and have your fun. I've got slightly different tastes.
I mean, if you want to get information from them while they're there, that'd be helpful.
Oh,
Just a couple
okay,
of names, you know, whoever's running the ship and what the ship's called and all that jazz.
You want to revive them then?
Oh, they're awake enough. They're,
all right.
They're just unconscious. Just hit them with some water and they'll wake up.
All right. Well, I'll get on it then.
Technically, they're unconscious with no hit points. That they will regain in
half an hour or
4 hours.
okay.
They will regain consciousness in 4 hours with 1 hit point.
But I don't know that, so I'm just going to sit there sharpening my daggers.
Yep. So, a couple hours.
It's a short rest.
Don't know.
That's a question.
No, because there is a specific thing saying that if you're unconscious, then they regain consciousness after so many hours. Right? Doesn't matter. For the moment. I should read the rules to this game one day.
No.
Why? Why bother?
No. Let's not be silly.
It's just, you are right. It's 1d4 hours. They regain 1 hit point, but I mean they're technically laying there doing nothing, right? So it must not count as a short rest if you are unconscious.
Yeah, you're unconscious at 0 hit points. You're stable, rather than
You're not resting.
You're not sleeping. You're just not dying.
Yeah. Your body is still fighting for its life.
You get 1 hit point back after 1d4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just wondering, does that not? That obviously doesn't count as a rest time.
Yeah, because they are just not dying rather than resting.
We're almost turning into a Monty. Daddy's just resting. I can sketch it.
He's sleeping. He's got a hole in his chest. He's just very sleepy.
He's led down the cone rail and joined the bleeding choir invisible.
Right.
So I've completely lost track of where we were.
Yeah.
Who's doing what now?
Torrin is going to come out, shut the door, go, yeah, if you want to look after them and just get some names whenever they wake up. Might be a little while, I don't know.
It's you are. That's all right. I've got refreshments. I've got a chair, and I've got knives to sharpen.
That sounds like a fantastic afternoon for you.
Yeah, I'm going to take guard duty, I think.
Fair. You wanna relieve one of them that's here then?
Yeah.
I suppose. I don't remember who was on duty.
I don't actually remember who we put on duty. I think it might have been Corkwood and Tally, and
one of them gets an afternoon off.
I'm going to give Corkwood the afternoon off because I feel
Lovely.
like he's coming out of his shell a little bit with us. I think
That's fair.
give him a bit of an afternoon off.
Off he can fuck. To do whatever the fuck he does. Hey, Lanny!
Yeah, are we going to get this?
Yeah, you coming to knock some piss out of this twat of a barman?
Yeah, I think he needs a little lesson.
Yeah. Who was he? What was his name? I don't know. I'm just following you guys at this point, but it sounds fun.
The pub is, and we're going to walk and talk at the same time. The pub is the Fat Man's Feedbag. It is a fucking wretched hive of scum and villainy. Normally a place that I would like to frequent. However, don't drink the beer. It isn't technically beer. If I was to call it anything, I'd call it a stew. That
is not appetizing in any way.
Neither was drinking it, my love. The fat fuck that we are in fact looking for. His name is Craig.
I thought it was Greg.
I thought it was Craig.
Greg. Definitely Greg.
Definitely Craig.
Oh.
Anyway.
Well, he's going to get his face broken anyway.
Exactly, Lanny. Exactly. I like your spirit. As to what we need. So, and by this point, I imagine we would have reached the door because it wasn't that far away, was it?
No, it was basically just to the west of the
murder site.
Town. Yeah.
Murder site. It's now Murder Square from now on.
I'll come on. I mean, let's face it. We're probably not the first people who have killed people in that square.
No, we're just adding to its legacy of death.
Yeah, legacy of
As you
death.
approach, you see two fellas sat outside the door drinking beer.
In air quotes, beer.
Beer, yeah. And they see you come in, walking directly towards them and recognizing you from the aforementioned murder. They do part ways hastily.
As we walk past, I was just going to say in a low voice, good choice, fellas.
Yeah. I admire your self-preservation.
Yeah, they do make a little bit of distance between you and themselves.
Right.
Lead the way, friends.
We shall enter.
Door is locked.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, that's adorable. Lanny, this door appears to be blocking our progress somewhat. If you could potentially allow us entry, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a damn good go.
I'm gonna say to one of these boys that are outside the door, "Where's the owner?"
I don't know. He just he closed it, locked up already about 10 minutes ago.
Did he lock up and leave, or did he go inside and lock up?
Oh, we didn't see him.
He's still inside. Lanny, door.
Foot upon door. Boom.
Make an unarmed strike.
That'd be a 26.
Well, you definitely hit.
Right.
Although it is kind of hard to miss a door.
A door.
You do hit, and you do hear a cracking noise as your foot connects with it, but it seems to be a relatively stable door. So it doesn't bust open at the hinges or anything.
As it doesn't open, Lanny will stop for a second, scratch his head a little bit, lean up against the door and go, "Can we come in?" And then step back and I was like, "Shall I keep going?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's give it another go then. That would be only a 13, the first one.
So, and a step forward again. You thwack it with the sole of your foot. Again, you hear cracking noise. Again, it doesn't burst open, though.
This is a very strong door.
At that point, though, you hear a... from behind the three of you.
No.
Okay. Turn around, I guess.
Turn around.
You see at... There are three figures stood there.
Oh, shit.
The two at the rear look like... what shall I say? Quite large men. Tattoos. Not the sort of people that you'd want to mess around with. Let's just say that, yeah. But between them is a slightly smaller figure, wearing leathers. He has black hair pulled back, a kind of ponytail. Has a black, thin mustache and goatee, and a sly smile on his face. And Lenny, you recognise this man. This was the man that you saw looking at you and Desi in one of the pubs that you attempted to follow into the streets.
Hey, wait a minute. I've seen you before. Des, this is the... and like in a slightly hushed tone, Des, this is the fella I said about.
Ah, right, yeah. The fellow who gave us a slip earlier.
He takes a step closer to you. Says, yeah, I think it's time that we had a little chat, maybe, yeah?
Well, it depends. Got anything interesting to say?
Well, I think I always have something interesting to say.
Whether we will find it interesting is the thing that we'd like to know.
Well, there's only one way to find out, is there not?
Well, I can see this conversation going around in circles for days if we don't get moving. Fine. However, we do have a little bit of business to attend to first. The gentleman...
Yeah, I can see that, and I would politely request that you refrain from knocking this man's door in.
And,
I mean, if he came to open it, we wouldn't knock it down.
Yeah.
Look, let's not fuck around here. I know what's going on. But, what's the saying? Don't shoot the messenger, I believe.
Yeah, now, I mean, in this particular instance, I don't believe he was the messenger. He was the, bait.
I don't know about that.
Informant might have been another word.
From what I heard, the two of you, and he nods to Lani and Des, went into his establishment, beat the shit out of two of his guests, and fucked off.
That is a very broad way of looking at it.
Now, those two actually belonged to a crew, the captain of which wasn't very happy with what had happened, and came here, wanted to know what had happened and who'd done it. How do you think that poor bowman felt with the captain and his crew charging in, wanting to know what had happened, huh? You cannot blame him for just simply telling the truth, can you?
And I cannot blame him for telling the truth. However, what I can blame him for is coming to our ship, telling him that he had work for us, and luring us over to be ambushed by them in the first place.
Well, let's be fair, he probably didn't have much of a choice now, did he?
Everybody's got a choice.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if the choice is get the shit kicked out of you for 2 fucking strangers that you've never seen before, or make a couple pieces of gold just for running down the dock and back, what choice are you going to make?
Well, his 2 pieces of gold have got, 5 people killed? Did we kill 5 over there?
I think it's about 5, yeah.
Yeah?
So far.
So far, yeah. So, 2 pieces of gold, 5 dead men, and a few very pissed off crewmen. So now, how about we change tact a little bit and go back to the choices thing. Now you've got a choice. Tell us your name and what you want, or we'll carry on kicking the door in.
Fair enough. My name is Jabrail.
Who?
Jabrail.
Well, Jabrail. So what do we do pleasure? Obviously, you want to have a chat with us, but are we doing now in the fresh air, or should we go sit somewhere? Now, behind us is a bar where we could go sit. All it will take is for someone to open the door.
Well, I think we best leave him in peace for the moment. He gestures to some crates down by the dockside. Why don't we just go have a sit down here by the water and have a nice little chat, eh?
Ah, nice, somewhere nice and public, I see.
Oh, of course.
All right, my interest is piqued.
So,
Have I got any spells that help me here? No. Ignore me. Carry on.
He starts to slowly walk towards the dockside, basically, where there are some crates and barrels that could be used for seating.
As they all start to walk away, Lanny just gives the door one more little kick. And walks away.
Right.
Bloody door.
So now, as his 2 lackeys see that you are now somewhat compliant and at least leaving the fat man's feed bag and are ready to have a little chat, they actually take a step back and start to look around rather than look very intently at you. And you know what I mean? They were right on his shoulders the whole time that you were having this conversation so far. But at this point, they've, as I said, they seem to just take a step back a little bit.
All right. So as we walk over to the aforementioned crates, I'd like to have a little glance around to see if there's anybody around who is who looks like they might be paying special attention to this little gathering.
I was going to say, I was going to want to look around to see if he's got more people that are with him that are maybe hanging back for now.
Okay. Perception checks?
11.
22.
Okay. So, you can both clearly see, similar to after the little skirmish that you had, there are a number of people who are watching what's going on. They are looking over, they are interested, and they're not even trying to do it in a way that isn't obvious, you know what I mean?
Fair.
There's something going on and they want to watch. What you don't see is any suspicious characters lurking behind corners or looking out from behind crates or anything.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you all sit down or stand or whatever takes your fancy.
We'll remain standing, thank you.
I will sit.
Now, before we start, I've told you my name. How about you tell me yours? I think I heard yours already. He says, looking to Lani. Is it Captain Skullcrusher?
Yeah. That's what They call me on the ship. Yeah.
Well, what do they call you when you're not on the ship?
Well, I do have another name, but it's just a simple one. They just call me Lanny, but Skullcrusher, Captain Skullcrusher is. Yeah, that's me.
It's an honorific. We call him Captain Skullcrusher because he's our captain. He has earned that title, and we will follow him.
All right. So, should I be talking to you rather than the others?
No. I mean, we do work as a group. I mean, I'm not the cleverest of fellas, so the others do help me out a bit too.
Oh,
Consider us a council.
All right, fair enough. Doesn't make much difference to me. What was your name then?
My name is Des.
And he looks up to you, Torrin.
I'm just looking at him at the moment. Just trying to... I would purposefully take a moment before I say anything. I'm just looking at him and I just reply with, "You can call me Miss Blackheart."
Oh, Miss Blackheart, very nice. Okay, look, I provide a service, shall we say, for this town. You've probably seen already, we don't have any lawmakers, we don't have any guards, nothing like that. So people like to have someone around just to make sure that they're safe. You know what I mean?
I've got to say, this does not seem like a particularly safe place to stay.
Oh, exactly. And yet people live and reside here, they run businesses, and they require a little bit of protection from time to time. So, as you can probably guess, this service I do provide for our friend at the Fat Man's Feedbag here. Therefore, I would be very grateful if you would refrain from harassing him in the future concerning the matter that's happened today.
Well, what, hypothetically speaking, would happen if we were to harass the gentleman inside?
Well, then I would be forced to take measures to prevent you from doing it any further. He says, looking at you with a quite fixed gaze.
Let's see. Now, I don't suppose you've happened to notice what happened to the last people who felt to take matters into their own hands and approach us in such a manner.
I saw it all. I am more than aware of what you're capable, and yet still here I sit, telling you.
I assure you, you have no idea what we're capable of.
Well, I think I've seen enough to get a good idea.
You haven't seen the half of it.
Well, I think you can assume that the fact that I'm sat here virtually alone with the three of you means I'm not particularly deterred by what I've seen today.
Insight.
Okay.
Good.
10.
He's talking in a very deliberate manner right now, and I'm going to say he's hard to read. If he's bullshitting, you can't tell.
Yeah, he seems to believe what he says.
Yep.
Fair.
Right, so, from what I am getting from what you're saying here, you are essentially the sheriff in town. Is that right?
Oh no, I would not put such titles upon myself.
I'm being general, all right? So you try and keep the peace of what little peace there is.
Well, if you want to put it in those words, then you're welcome to. But yes, I do keep the peace as such. I mean, what goes on in the streets, I don't really care about. As I said, I watched the 4 of you take care of Captain Poor and his friends, and I did not feel the need to intervene. But once you start causing problems with the local businesses and establishments here, then our paths will inevitably cross.
I don't believe that we're causing the problem. I think we're investigating someone else causing a problem, and we're dealing with it.
Oh, come on.
By asking him politely not to lure us into an ambush.
Well, I can take care of that for you, but let's be fair. I think we both know that you weren't going in there to have a nice chat with the fella, were you?
Yeah, but I wasn't going in there to kill him either.
Oh, you can do a lot of things to a man before he actually dies.
Oh, I know. I'm very
There's a
well
brief
aware.
moment where you lock eyes after those couple of sentences, and you just hold each other's gaze a second, as you, I think, kind of both just digest what's been said.
The sexual tension with a knife.
I'll cut something with a knife, all right.
Now, going by what you're saying here, mate, what you are suggesting to me is that is there potentially remuneration in it for you if you keep these businesses safe?
I'm sorry, you mean do
you turn a profit from these people by you,
I ain't
quote
doing it
unquote, protecting them?
I ain't doing it out the goodness of my heart, am I?
Right, so this is a protection racket then.
Well, as I said, I do offer protection to those who require it.
That's a yes then. So who's not under your protection then?
He chuckles at this slightly. Do you really think I'm going to start giving you names of people who aren't protected? What? Let's just assume that everybody in town is a friend of mine. Anybody with a business, let's say.
You need to pick your friends better.
Well, no, I mean, there's a very simple way of finding this. What we do is we go door to door and start threatening people, and the ones that he turns up for are the ones who are paying him.
A long-winded approach, but yes, that's something that we could do.
Yeah.
Is that beneficial to you, sir? If we just knock on all the doors and start harassing them until you show up, that'd create a lot of headaches for you. When you could just tell us.
Fucking hell. That's incredibly fun with you.
You do see him sigh at this. Sigh and breathe out. And it's like, yes, a headache, you might say.
Right, so you are here to protect the businesses from, and I've used this term very air quotey, from harm. Who do you work for?
Who do I work for? I'm my own boss.
You are...
Insight check. Dirty 20.
Oh.
I think with a 20, I think you can generally get the sense he does believe what he's saying. But there's a very slight, I don't want to say hesitation. I think 20 is a good roll, so I'm going to say he's definitely mostly telling the truth.
Definitely mostly telling the truth.
Definitely mostly telling the truth. But there's a little bit more. You said there's a little bit more to what he's actually just said.
That is all I need to know. Thank you, Mr. DM. Let's just write some notes on that little man, shall we?
Mm-hmm. So, what I'm trying to ascertain is that if we, on a whim, decided to kill you right here and now, Obviously, your two friends here would probably get involved as well. But what I'm wondering is would anyone else come after us?
Why is he going to tell you that?
Yeah, exactly. Look, I'm getting kind of tired of this lovely conversation that we're having. I think I made it very clear what I want from you.
Now let us make it clear what we want from you then.
And what is that, my dear Lady Blackheart?
Well, if you don't want us to go in there and have a conversation with Dickhead in the pub,
One of your clients?
I would request that you do it for us. And
Oh.
say if he has any issues with any of our crew or any of us, that he come to us and have a discussion rather than taking things into his own hands.
Of course, I plan to have a conversation with Craig, but I must refer to my previous comments. I don't think anything about what happened today was in his hands.
Yeah, well, he could have done things a little differently.
Yes.
What, you mean the right thing? The moral thing? Where the fuck do you think we are?
Oh no, I don't care about right or moral. I care about not being a cunt. And him selling us out for a bit of coin makes him a cunt.
Yeah, well... this place
When we
is full
can
of
very clearly beat the shit out of him and make him bleed from places that shouldn't be bled from.
Maybe he misjudged the situation, shall we say.
Oh, I think he definitely did.
Yes,
I,
because currently the
I'm
only thing that's
sure he's learnt his lesson now.
stopping us from going in there currently is you.
Yeah.
So maybe you might want to consider putting his premiums up if he's going to be very loose-lipped in this similar situation.
I shall consider that.
And what should we do, pray tell, if we do have an altercation with any of these clients that you have? We're not just going to wait around for you to come and sort things out. Shit's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I cannot control anything that happens when I'm around, but believe me, I have eyes everywhere, so
Oh, I'm sure you do.
if anything does happen, I shall be there as soon as I am able. Now,
Right. I want to make it clear to you, mate. We're not going to treat people differently just in case they happen to be on your little protection list, all right? If anyone fucks with us, we will fuck with them back. I don't
that's
give a
fair
fuck
enough.
if you are going to come in on a little white horse afterwards, waving your little flag around and saying, "Don't do that," all right?
Is that it? Have you said your little piece?
We're not the ones who asked for this conversation.
Well, nonetheless, are you done?
If you deal with him,
I
Then-
shall deal with him. Don't you worry.
then yeah, sure. We're done.
Good. And he stands up, and you can sense now you starting to try his patience. He's remained remarkably calm throughout this, but you can see you're starting to push it a little.
One more thing.
Yes, Captain Skullcrusher, what is it?
Well, part of the reason we actually came here in the first place was to see Captain Pegsworthy. Do you know? Is he here or is he out at sea at the minute?
There is a slight sideways grin. Oh, Pegsworthy, eh? I do believe he is currently not in harbour.
What was that grin for?
I do not know what you mean.
Inside check. I can fucking try it. Where are we? 13.
13. I'm just going to say, from the smile and the comment, you get the impression that he knows who he is, and that they probably have some sort of history. But yeah, he's denying that his face has betrayed anything. But you can probably tell that that he has feelings about him. Let's just say.
Yes.
Well, I suppose the big Mr. Boss Man must be away from here then, mustn't he? Yeah.
I haven't seen him here for a couple of weeks. So.
I have a feeling that we're about to be parting ways, so I will leave you with this, mate. I don't give a fuck who is under your protection. If you come up against us, we will deal with you. Alright?
He does not respond, but you can see his eyes almost like flash slightly. Just you are. It looks like he's doing all that he can right now just to maintain his composure.
Oh, I just want to carry on pushing buttons.
Yeah, pushing this guy's buttons is fun, but I think
I want to run back and kick that door.
God, you know, you guys, I almost have to put myself on mute. It's going terribly, but I'm not there.
Yeah,
I love it.
Fuck's sake.
No, I won't. We won't. I promise.
I don't. Alright. Well then, mate, Jabrail, I'm sure our paths will cross again soon.
yeah. I let you said your piece, so here's mine. I've given you a friendly warning. There won't be a second.
Noted.
And he just seems to now stand there, waiting for you to leave.
Sean, can you put his name in the chat so I can spell it properly?
He does have a weird name,
Yeah.
I must say.
Lanny just staring at him, just says, "Have you ever drunk from the hagfish?"
Sorry, what?
He says, "Have you ever drunk from the hagfish?" Just staring at him, just.
You asked Jabrail this.
Yeah.
You actually see his eyes narrow. And there's a very, very brief look of like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And he just says, yeah, I like to occasionally, what's the word? Frequent that establishment.
No. He means... he means the hagfish.
Oh, you mean Nora? Have I drunk from her tank?
Indeed.
Nah.
Well, you
You'd
ain't,
have to be a fucking idiot to do that.
you ain't much of a man, really, than I am. And Lanny just walks away.
I can actually see Nadz's head in his hands.
Yeah, me too. I love it.
Literally that. It is in my hand.
Lanny's gone. Lanny's gone.
Fuck, I should have come. They can handle it, I thought. Oh, fuck me.
We did. We handled it.
No.
I think this has gone swimmingly.
Oh my god.
As Lanny is leaving, I will stand, give a nod, and just say, Jabrail, until next time. And I will swiftly follow.
Before I leave, I will just lean in and say,
Oh.
"Look, one utter bastard to another, I would not go up against us, right? Or I'll
Can
make
you
sure
repeat that slightly louder, please? You're cutting out. I'm sorry.
I would, from one bastard to another, I would offer this. Don't go up against us, all right? Or I will make sure your death is as insignificant as your life."
Oh, that's a fucking line.
Oh, the cringe is strong. So strong.
I love it.
Oh.
We'll walk away.
Okay.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Nope. Wow, shit. Wow.
The best thing is that Devvie knows none of what's happened.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Right. As you walk back to the ship, as I said, a number of people have watched this little conversation, but they give no comment, and any that are in the way make way for you as you return to your ship. And just as you turn to head south back down to the dock, to the Silent Howl, you hear coming from further up the street. All right there.
Oh, Captain Fletcher.
Oh, how did you know it was me?
It's the way
Right.
you carry yourself.
Here, my lover!
Here we never.
Right, good evening to yous. I have returned as I promised I would.
You sound quite merry. You had a good afternoon.
Oh, I've had a lovely afternoon.
Oh,
back at the
well,
Kraken. We had a lovely lunch, and Michael played some more of her lovely music. I've been putting my feet up in front of the fire. Lovely.
You've missed a little bit here.
What have I missed?
No, not much. Not much.
5 dead so far.
5 dead what?
I'm just gonna gesture.
Oh, yeah, he now sees the now bootless
foot.
feet poking out from underneath the tarp. Oh, what have you been... the fuck you guys been up to now?
We've been making friends.
They
I
started
can really
it.
see that. Well, I fucking hope they did. I don't want to think I've misjudged you lot. What happened?
No. Well, Lani and myself went to that bar over there. I'm going to point at the fat man's feedback. And we got in a spirited discussion with a couple of our folks about what weapons were the most effective.
Right.
After making our case and going to a few other pubs, we returned back here and were approached by the landlord of the pub, who said that he had some work for us. And we approached the pub with a spring in our step and a smile on our faces, looking for some new work in this town. And we were attacked by ruffians. Ruffians, I tell you. Apparently, they had not taken our argument very well. Well, one thing led to another, as things often do. And there's now a bunch of dead people.
Oh, bloody hell. Seems like a silly thing to fucking die over.
I know, right?
Yeah, just fucking ego.
Yep, couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. See, Captain, get a Captain Fisher gets it.
Right. We want to sort this out, or...
Absolutely, yeah.
Lovely.
Do you want to do that here, or do you want to do that on the ship?
No, well, my chest is still on the ship, so I would gladly like to have you add your payment to the contents of that chest, and then if you wouldn't be so kind, you could accompany me back to the Kraken, and with that, I think our deal is done.
I think that'd be a very good idea.
I think that sounds a fantastic idea.
Especially as... Yeah.
See if Rameko's still around.
I mean, considering that, what we know now about certain things and whatnot, it's probably not best not for you to be seen getting on a ship and then leaving this ship by yourself.
Right. What do you know? What do you know now?
Just had a little conversation with a few people. It's fine. Anyway, let's get just a little transaction. Let's get on the ship.
All right, let's get this sorted then. All right, and you head up onto the ship. Oh, good evening there, Devvie.
Evening, Captain. How are you doing?
Sorry. Before we get back to the ship, was there anything you wanted to do during that time?
I think they've quite done enough, Sean.
A little inside.
They could have done more. That could have.
Oh, we could have.
Quite.
Don't worry, I have spell slots to burn.
And hit points.
I'm a wizard. Those really don't matter. They'll go quite quickly.
So. All right. Fuck. What was my accent again? All right there, Devvie. Good evening to you. How's it going?
Oh, very, very well, Captain Fletcher. How are you? How's your afternoon?
I've been having a lovely afternoon.
Are we ready to transact?
Oh, indeed, we are. I hope. So, shall we do this in my quarters or?
Yes, I think we should.
Good
Torrin, if you please make ready the captain's quarters.
Yeah,
For
I
a
can
business
do that.
meeting. Thank you.
I can do that. Give me a moment, Captain Fletcher.
Oh, I suppose you have to take care of your little
Why
friend.
don't we go to the forecastle for a breath of fresh air before we have our business meeting?
That sounds like a
Right.
good idea.
What have you been doing now, then?
Just a couple of things I have to clean up very quickly. Take me just a moment.
She's a
And
messy tenant.
I will quickly slip into the captain's quarters.
And what are you doing in there?
Have either of them woken up? It's not been that long, has it?
It's not been that long.
Wonderful. I'm going to throw a sheet over them.
Yes.
And I'm going to make sure that Plug is sat in a corner in the dark where he is out of the fucking way. And then I'm going to I'll put the manacles I'll keep the manacles on Plug, to be fair. I'll take them back off of the unconscious guys. Like, you're not gonna fucking do anything. And I'll put them back on Plug.
Are they manacled at all then? What do you mean different manacles?
No, they're currently. I mean, the manacles compliance. I will put them back onto Plug.
Yeah, I just mean, do you now have other manacles on the?
I have some rope, and I will just quickly
Now,
lash them with that.
You said you've thrown a sheet over them.
Yeah.
They're still probably going to be still quite recognisable as
Bodies.
bodies.
That's
or
fine.
do you want
No.
to do it in such a way that they are less recognisable? Or just asking.
I'm not there. It's up to Torrin.
Would Torrin? No, Torrin's smart. She probably wouldn't cause any more distress as we're about to get him out of our hair.
It's funny you didn't think about that when you were negotiating.
That doesn't fucking matter.
That was a negotiation. That was a pleasant conversation between two businessmen.
It was.
Four business people.
4 business people and 2 lackeys.
Yeah.
Who, if they'd done anything, would have caught a lightning bolt to the dick.
Two, possibly.
I will make it a little less recognisable as 2 human bodies underneath a sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll throw some pillows under there, and just to break up the shapes a little bit. And I will spells, yes.
Thinking?
I will. I can't do anything with that spell. Never mind.
Mm.
Well, it smells lovely of like lavender and shit in there at the moment.
Yeah,
And shit.
Well, just lavender. But
you did get some potpourri, I believe.
yes, I have. I have suitably unsmelled the room. But yeah, I'll sort of leave it at that. So they are tied. They are covered in a sheet and pillows. Plug is in the corner, and I will put the chest on the table. I will lift his chest onto the table for him.
Okay.
And I will position that table so that he walks in and does not look at the sheet on the floor with the bodies that's up against the wall. He would sort of turn away from the things he shouldn't notice and look at this lovely chest on the table.
Okay. Fair enough. While you're doing all this, and you're at the front of the ship with the captain, he will... Captain Lanny, can you do me a favour? Could you take this off for me? And he leans over the front of the ship and points to the nameplate.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll try. Reaches down and attempts to remove it. Is it relatively easily on there?
Well, it's going to be hammered in and connected fairly well. I was going to say you're not a complete idiot, but what's your intelligence? No, I think so. Yeah, you could.
Not terrible. It's 10.
Yeah, it's not terrible, is it? Yeah, no. With a short sword or even a crowbar, which would be on the ship or something like that, you would be able to lever it off.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll do it with my punching dagger. I'll pull that out. And
Yeah, exactly.
pry it off, and there you go, Mr. Fletcher.
Oh, thank you very much. And he takes the plate in his hand, this piece of wood with the name, the Silent Howl carved lovingly into it, and you see him run his hands over it, and you start to see like a little bit of glossiness in his eyes. It's like, oh, I think I'm going to miss this ship. But you will take good care of it, won't you?
We certainly will, Mr. Fletcher.
Absolutely. No question.
I think we'll treasure it just as you have. It's
Right.
it's a bloody good ship. Do as well.
It is indeed. It will keep you going. No, I think you'll be all right. I shall think of it often.
And worst case, Mr. Fletcher, if worst comes to worst, I promise you we'll go out in a blaze of glory.
Oh, well, all right. That's the best way to go, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think she's finished by now?
You'd probably see at that moment the door swings open.
Yeah, she's done.
All right, lovely.
Captains, if you please.
After you, Mr. Fletcher.
All right, lovely. And he walks into the room, sees the chest. All four of you now communing?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, it's a bit cramped in this small quarters, but you all squeeze in. And he retrieves the key, which was on a leather chain around his neck, and opens up the chest again. Right, I do believe we agreed on 5,000 gold pieces.
I think we did indeed.
Yeah. So you got 4 for the sale of the man's promise, or the sea breeze.
Yeah.
Which means you are going to have to, between the 4 of you, add another 1,000.
250 each if we've got it.
Yep, I got it.
Well, what money did we get from the guys we looted earlier?
In total, it was 300.
Cool.
Lanny found about 100 from the rest of them, and Devvie got 200 from the captain.
Because I am not the richest, shall we say.
How much do you have?
I have 208.
Okay.
Because I've had to spend money on spell supplies.
Well, if you put the 300 in, that's 700 left over. What's that split 4 ways?
You can't.
You can't.
No.
Nope.
I mean,
the 200, I didn't tell anyone about.
oh right, all right. Well, fine. Be that way then.
But
It's fine.
I'm going to put in 500 to cover Torrin.
All right. Well, I was going to put in some money as well. So if you want, we can put in an extra 100 each. Put in 350 each.
350 each?
Yeah.
And then Torrin can put in whatever she can afford.
Okay. 350 as everyone agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yep.
That leaves what for me?
Oh, nothing actually.
Oh,
in
nothing,
fact, that's 50 more than we need to pay.
Is it?
Yeah,
if
350.
3 of you put in 350, that's 1,050.
Yeah, that's a good point. Right. Well, wait a minute.
Math is hard.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to put that back in my inventory, and then I'm going to get my fucking calculator out.
Oh, 330 each.
I am not going to help you with this.
Yeah. Well,
Torrin,
yes, 333 each, basically, and yeah. So if we all put 333 in each,
And I put the final gold on top.
yes.
Beautiful.
You have a 1% stake in this in this ship.
Oh, you can fuck off.
Right, yeah, that sounds good. Done.
Not even 1%. It's like 0.1%.
I know. I was generalising.
I believe that concludes our business. However, it does not. So Dev is going to after chucking his gold in, is going to go, right, now you, sir, require an escort.
Oh, that would be lovely.
So
I'd like to get this back to my room.
we will leave Tally, Corkwood, and Conkerbar on ship. And actually, we might.
I mean, it's evening. It's still the same evening. So and it's almost dark now.
Conkerbar and Rosie.
I thought it was afternoon.
Yeah. So
No, is this not still the same evening that Father the Torben came to help the owlbear?
Yeah,
He directly had the fight. It's evening.
It's the same day.
It's nighttime, basically. Yeah.
All right, so Corkwood and Rosie, you stand at the gangplank, make sure nobody comes on the ship.
I think
Everybody.
you told Hogwood he could fuck off. Actually,
Oh yeah, I thought he might be back by now because it's evening.
it's been
That was
about 20 minutes.
I'm about to say it was literally minutes ago.
Right.
He did a whirlwind tour of the
sake.
town.
So who's on
It's out of
who's
space.
on the ship? Only Tally and fuck.
Tally and Conkerbar.
We might have to wait. We might have to
I'll-
wait until everyone's
I'll
back on
stay.
ship.
I'll stay because I've got
Look, just
stuff
wait.
to
This is
deal
it. I'll say the two Rahadumis come back
I would much
at the evening
rather
time.
we had every able-bodied person that didn't have special abilities, quote unquote, with us for this because. Oh no! But I don't know about the shit that you guys have caused.
No,
So,
but I do, and
I can't think like that.
No, but I would be thinking like that because I already am. My thoughts are, if this fucker does have eyes everywhere, they're going to see him come on the ship, and they're going to see him leave with a big chest.
Mm-hmm.
So he is not going anywhere by himself. So I will have basically just said everything that you just said. We need to have people guarding the place, and all 4 of us need to go with him.
okay. I'm gonna look at the 2 that we're leaving on ship. Then I'm gonna say, look, Tonight might be a little rougher than usual. Do you understand?
Stormy.
You're talking to
I'm talking to the two crew that we're leaving on ship.
Conkerbar
and Tally.
Tally,
Yes.
yeah.
Anyhow,
Yes. Ruff? Sorry?
Well, you saw what happened earlier.
Oh. Oh, you're expecting some sort of further retaliation?
I'm thinking that it's a possibility. So watch yourselves, okay?
Of course.
And if any crew are coming back, tell them that we need them at the ready in case something does happen.
Okay.
You know, be vigilant and be aware. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And no one comes up that gangplank unless you know who they are.
Yeah. Also, might be an idea to just take a little glance over the side into the water once in a while, just make sure no one's coming up that way. Yeah.
Okay. I shall be on my fuck. What's the word? Not best behaviour. High lead.
Right. Well, he's a bit
Extra
confused, but
vigilant.
he's got the spirit.
I'm going to summon Zima out of my coat, and I'm going to get her to sit on Tally's shoulder and help them keep an eye on things.
Oh fuck! I got a bird. I'm gonna go feed a bird quickly before we leave.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that fucking bird.
Well, do you
Bird's
know
dead.
when you last fed it?
I'm sure it was recently.
Recently in game, just not recently for us.
Yeah, no.
We not assume that he has been taking care of it passively.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, well, we can. If not, Croup would have kind of adopted him in your
Okay.
absence.
Right,
I
fair.
thought for a hot second there you were going to say I would have killed it and eaten it, but no, that's not.
Yeah, you
that's
had him. You had him last Tuesday for lunch.
No.
Oh, that's where that red feather came from.
No, Croup would have sort of taken care of him, and of course, as the major location for anything edible on the ship, yeah, the parrot will mostly be hanging around the galley.
Parrot's fine. Right, let's go.
I
I should have
will.
done that. I should have fucking done that. All right.
Zima's on the ship. I'm going to cast light on her little leather loop on her foot, just so she can fly around and be a little beacon if Tally wants her to. And I'll look at the rest of the crew, or look at our group, and I was like, right, should we be off?
Yeah.
That's not a present.
Well, the sun's
I'm
still
going to
up.
cast mage armor on myself, because I didn't do it earlier when we went in the fucking fight.
Ooh, and
Well, I've got mage armor now.
let me just check my equipment list. Yeah, I think I'm going to put the studded leather on.
Okay.
Yeah, but before we leave, I'm going to take my brother aside quickly
Uh-huh.
and just right, bruv. So our little meeting with the innkeeper didn't go quite according to plan.
Oh, colour me all shades of fucking surprised.
We were sidetracked just a smidge by what I believe to be a local, not exactly. I mean, I don't want to use the term crime lord because that's giving him delusions of grandeur, but it appears that he has some sort of protection racket going on with the businesses around here. And he approached us with a couple of his heavies and politely requested that we do not rip out the guts of said innkeeper and spray them across the town.
Alright, and you graciously accepted his terms, correct?
Gracious is a strong word. Not necessarily the one I'd use. I
You see Dev at this point pinch the bridge of his nose.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I was expecting. Now, it's entirely possible that in a moment of synchronicity, myself and Torrin may have been on the same page for a little bit there, with Lanny providing a lovely harmonious backup. We didn't tell him directly to go fuck himself, but there was definitely subtext that suggested that.
Goes silent for a second. And then without lifting his eyes to look at you, still pinching the bridge of his nose. Right. So Torrin said the same as you, and Lanny was in on it.
I mean, wait, when you say it like that, it sounds conspiratorial. It was... I mean, yeah, okay, that's pretty much what it was, yeah.
With me, brother, to the captain's quarters. And I shout across deck, Torrin, Lanny, now. And I enter the captain's quarters. And no one's heard me speak like that before.
Yeah, I mean he's got a cob on, lads. Come on, let's follow him.
Captain Fletcher, if you would just give us 5 minutes, we'll be with you momentarily.
Oh, all right.
Close the door behind them, and they enter. And I stand myself in front of the door and pull the little curtain across the window.
What's up?
Right. Now, I want you to tell me what this place is. Not what its name is, but what it is, what it stands for.
It's a pirate town.
And what does that mean to the pirates here?
It's a place for pirates.
I believe the term was safe haven.
Sure.
And what did I specifically say we should avoid doing when we arrived here?
Can't so actually recall.
No, I can't remember.
In a very, very strange moment that no one's seen before, Dev's face goes red and his voice gets quieter but somehow stronger, and he moves closer to the three of you and goes, I told you not to fuck this up, didn't I? What did I fucking say?
Look, bruv, alright?
Don't you shut the fuck up. Listen. When we get back here, I'm assuming fucking control. Do you understand? No one does a fucking thing on this boat without my fucking say-so.
Whoa.
You don't fucking whoa.
Fuck
Who was the name of this guy you fucking talked to? Who was he? Tell me.
Jabrail.
Right. I've got a name to ask for. And whose fucking business were you fucking on when you encountered him?
It's the Batman's feed bag, just right across there.
Lovely. Right. We won't say another word about this. Off we go. We're going to give this bloke a guard duty, and then we're fucking off out of here after I've taken care of some fucking business. You understand?
Nah, you need to hold the fuck on here for a second. You can't just order us about.
What
the fuck is going on?
You might just have fucking jeopardised the one safe fucking place we've got.
I don't think we've done fuck all.
I'm going to try and patch this up.
What we did was take care of some business when...
Des, shut your fucking woman up. And I turn around and walk out.
I'm gonna sideways glance to Torrin there, saying, "I didn't say anything about you being my woman." No.
Shut up! Shut up and get out and fucking talk to your brother.
Yeah, no, you're not joking. I'm going to follow my brother, bruv. First of all, wind your fucking neck in. All right. This isn't just you and me anymore. There are other people, and they will not take your shit like I do.
The reason I got like this is because there are other people, bruv. We've got other people to fucking think about now. We've got people who fucking rely on us. These people know what this fucking place means. We are newcomers in this world. And for us to come in here and fuck up the only place they've got to call home, that ain't fucking on. We will see ourselves murdered in our sleep for this shit.
We have dealt with fuckers like this before, bruv. Alright? We're not new to this game.
We're not.
We're just on a different board.
We are. But this board, we are moving our pieces closer to fucking Daddy Dearest. And we're so fucking close, bruv. We're so fucking close. I can fucking feel it. And I ain't having it fucked up at the last fucking hurdle.
No, and I agree. However, I will not be spoken to by fuckwits like that. And Lani and Torrin are their own people. They made their own decisions. Alright? We might be new here. But at the same time, we know where we are. It's like I said, different playing board, same game. Alright? This guy is just posturing. He's just thrown his weight around. He's been a big fish in a very small pond for a long time. He doesn't like people coming along and giving him some competition. Right?
Is that what you're going to give him, bruv?
Potentially.
So you want to take on the protection duties of this town?
Oh, we'll see, won't we? We need to see what the lay of the land is first. We need to do a little bit of reconnoitering.
You need to
However,
know what you're fucking getting yourself into, son.
I agree. However, that aside, Torrin and Lani are our partners. They are not your subordinates to fucking shout at and have a temper tantrum at because you're pissed off. Alright? I'm not going to tell you to go in there and apologise to them because I know that you're an adult and I don't need to. But they ain't going to take this nicely. Just bear that in mind. Alright? Now,
I'll take it under advisement.
now let's get Fletcher out of here so he can disassociate himself from us as soon as humanly possible.
Fair
Right.
enough. Let's go.
Bang on the door for the captain's quarter saying, right, come on, let's go.
As they've left the door, can I jump back in time a moment with Lani?
Yeah, I mean, Lani, you were also inside, yeah?
A lot just happened.
Yeah, I mean, you technically have a few minutes.
Okay.
Who have done something, I mean, yeah. So
Yeah.
If-
So there was a comment about control your woman, and then they left. And Torrin will. She would have a face of shock for a moment, actually, before she composes herself. And then she's going to quietly say to Lani, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Well, I think he just felt a bit left out, but in that moment I was about to throw him in the water, if I'm honest.
I was about to fucking lightning bolt his ass.
Yeah, I did feel a little bit of something inside me going, you know, when we have a fight with someone and it takes over. There was a little bit of that. It nearly came out.
He needs to explain himself. But he needs to have a fucking good reason for blowing up at us. Because who the fuck does he think he is?
Yeah, it wasn't nice at all. I mean, he's only a short little guy. I could just squish him if I wanted to. But yeah,
He's fucking handy with a blade, and he's damn good at what he does, but that's crossing some fucking lines.
I think maybe he just didn't understand, because it was always different, isn't it, second hand? And maybe if he gets the grips and understands what actually went on, then he might just chill out a bit.
Well, there's clearly some fucking issues he's got. Clearly there's something he hasn't fucking told us, because that's different for him. Shit, we've been through some fucking difficult things and he hasn't blown up like that before. That's no.
Yeah, we've all got a little something that we haven't fully told, haven't we?
Well, there's definitely things I haven't said. I mean, nothing personal, but I don't exactly trust all of you with everything just yet.
Yeah, maybe going forward, we maybe need to have a little sit down and maybe get a few more things out on the table, because there's something. I know there's something I want to tell all of you, but it's not critical.
I think if there's something that's gonna be a problem or I don't know, like shit, if someone needs to know something, fucking tell them. Don't blow up and I'm gonna fucking get him for that woman comment.
You can have toasty balls.
Oh, he's not gonna have any fucking balls left. Look,
Well,
we've got this. We've got these two fucking dickheads here, don't we? I might as well do this now.
okay. Right. We'll get this chest out, and we'll get Mr. Fletcher safe, and then we'll come back.
At this point, you hear Desi knocking on the door.
Yeah. We're good. We're coming.
Right. Let's deal with Fletcher, and then we need to have a fucking conversation.
And I will try to grab like a cloth or something to wrap round the chest, and I will grab it and take it out.
I mean, it's a decent-sized chest, but you can, I suppose, wrap it in cloth.
I'll grab the sheet off of the two bodies.
Okay.
I don't need.
I was just about to say, I'll pull the sheet off.
Okay.
I'm going to deal with them when we come back as well.
All right.
Actually, fuck it. I'm going to cast Shock and Grasp on them both.
No. Look what you did, Nadz.
Oh well.
I think you technically have to do it twice each. If you kill them.
I mean, yes. I'm gonna Palpatine their asses. Like they're dead. I'm doing it until they're dead.
Unlimited power.
Just so you're aware how many. Oh no, wait. Shock and Grasp is a cantrip.
Cantrip.
Right? Okay, yeah. So you can just.
I'm gonna Palpatine them until they're dead.
Okay, so Des, after knocking on the door, there's a brief pause, and then you see some flashing coming through the windows. And
There's flashes of black and blue light.
yeah, and a toasty smell.
Toast
yeah,
and
okay.
lavender.
They're dead.
They outlive their use anyway. It's fine.
Okay.
After very unceremoniously murdering them, Torrin feels a little better. Right.
You heading out?
Let's deal with this, shall we, Lanning? And we'll go out the door.
Okay.
Carrying a large chest.
There's a very confused looking Fletcher. But not quite sure what's going on.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, the chest would have been already on the deck, so but Lanny, you can take the sheet out and wrap it up. And if you're ready, I guess you can head off towards the Kraken.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it is dark now, so it's your movement's going to be a little bit less obvious than it would be in the day. I mean, of course, there are torches lit and everything. but with Lani carrying this bundle, and with the rest of you kind of walking around him, it's not going to be massively obvious what's going on. Although you do see people watching you pass. Luckily, it's not a great distance to the Kraken, because it's just across the square, basically. But I assume you're all walking up into the Kraken?
Yeah. We're taking him as far as he needs to go.
I am perceptioning the living fuck out of everything as we are walking.
I think that's probably what I'd be doing as well.
I am staring a hole in the back of Devvie's head.
Maybe 25?
Perception.
Des, you do not see anything.
I'm getting second-hand laser burns from the burning in the back of Devvie's head.
Suffering radiation poisoning.
Devvie, you do notice a man. He's kind of stood in a doorway. You don't initially see him because he's kind of half concealed by shadow. But it's a tough-looking guy, let's just say. He stood there. He's leaning against the door frame. His legs are crossed. His arms are folded, and he just kind of watches you as you pass. And with your background and your knowledge, you probably get the sense that this is not just a commoner.
Yeah.
But he just seems to be just watching you as you pass.
As we get into the Kraken, I kind of lean close to Fletcher and I say, "You've got protection, right?"
You what, mate?
What do you have in mind?
Well, I mean, you got some protection. I mean, I think it's fairly obvious what we've just been hauling with you.
Oh right, yeah. I've arranged for a couple of fellas to come around tomorrow morning. But I thought I would just bring this up to my room and lock it in there for now.
Right.
That should be right, isn't it? Nobody's going to come breaking in here.
I think what I might do is actually...
I mean, nobody knows what's in here, right?
I mean, we were clocked coming across the square.
Oh.
There was a chap in the doorway. I know the type, and he was casing us. So I think what I might do, if it's all right with you, is post myself up outside your room tonight.
Oh, I don't know if that's necessary.
Let's just call it a service of respect to you, Captain. As the previous owner of our ship, I would like you to be protected until your hired guns. I mean,
all right. Well, I mean, I can have a room for you. I could get a room for you if you like.
I need to be able to see your door.
You want to sleep in the hallway, or what?
I'll just put a chair there, and I've got a few. I only got one dagger sharpened this afternoon, so I've got a few more that I need to do that too. I'll keep myself busy.
You want to sit up all night outside my door?
Yeah.
I've
done it a few times before. It's nothing to worry about. I've had quite a relaxing day. I've still got my energy. It'll be good.
Right. Well, if you deem it necessary, I don't know if it is, but
I think it is. I think it is.
All right. Well, anyway, let's get this up to my room now. Is that all right?
Well, right, you are. Yes, you tell us what you need us to do with this, and we will.
Well, if Laniakea can just carry up to my room, then I think we're fine for the moment.
That's easy enough. That's easy.
Okay. So, Lani, you bring the chest up to his room. He has a key for his room. He will unlock it for you. You can put the chest down, and assuming you just leave, he will relock the door and accompany you back downstairs. Right. It was mostly lovely doing business with you all. And Lani, he extends a hand to you.
Mr. Fletcher, it has been an honour to have sailed with you and the experiences and the knowledge you've given to me, particularly.
Oh,
We
it is
do thank you for that.
not a problem at all. It was my honour. Please, he shakes your hand now. Just take good care of her, right?
Yeah, I do. I do promise you that.
He will extend his hand to all four of you and shake it one after the other. And with that, I guess the Silent Howl is now officially yours. I assume you're going to be changing the name.
I think we'll have a discussion on that, but there were some ideas passed around a while back.
All right, lovely. Would you like a drink then to celebrate our little, celebrate my retirement, as it were?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
Let's have one, shall we?
He gestures to a table. Well, I've been sitting here all day, so I think we can take a seat here.
Well, Dev will hang around for the toast. But as soon as he's downed his drink, he'll go, right, I've got work to do. I will see you lot in the morning. And I'll just I don't actually look at any of you guys. I'll look at Captain Fletcher, but none of you guys, and then I'll toddle up the stairs and go sit on my I'll take a chair up with me. Go sit on the chair outside his room.
He's not gone up yet himself, is that?
That's fine.
You're going to go up there already and just sit there, even
Yeah.
though he's not there yet?
Yeah, because the chest is in there. So I need to be sitting there, I'm listening through the door, making sure that no one's breaking through the window or anything like that.
Okay. So as he watches you leave, he turns back to the rest of you. He's like, is he alright? Seems a bit paranoid. I thought I was getting a bit worried, but...
No idea. I'm just leaving him be.
He's got his knickers in a bit of a twist today, so I think he's best just left to himself for now.
Oh, right, I see. Well, fair enough. Anyway, these drinks are on me, right?
Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
So you toast and he takes a sip, leans back. So what are your plans now then? Where will you be heading off to now?
It's a really good question.
I think that's our next discussion, certainly.
Yeah. Change the name and pick a heading. Look, two things we'll do in the morning, I guess. Our friend isn't in port at the moment, so we can't go see him.
Who's your friend?
Pegsworthy.
Oh, right, yes, you said you're right, I've not seen him around.
Yeah, apparently he hasn't been in for a couple of weeks.
Alright.
But,
You gonna hang around for him, were you?
well, we were going to see him if he was here, but if he's not here, then we might, I don't know, we might take a voyage and see what we can get ourselves into.
Well, fair enough. No specific plans, but... Well, the open sea, that's enough for most, is it not?
Open sea's a pretty good place to be.
Yar.
Okay, so I'm going to say you can spend as much time as you like there, having a drink. After...
I would stay as long as he is downstairs.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, after a few drinks, which was obviously not his first of the day, he seems to grow a little bit tired as the evening goes on, and eventually he does just say, "Right, I think I've had me fill for today. I think it's probably best if I go lie down now."
Do enjoy,
Right.
and if you ever see us in port, come over, say hi. We'll We'll regale you of our tales, and maybe we'll take you out for a drink if the plunder's been good.
Well, I do. Will definitely do that. As I said, I don't. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be staying here forever. I plan to stay for a couple of weeks and then move on. So we'll see where life takes me, I suppose. But if I ever see you again, I shall give you a wave and a shout, and we can have another drink together.
You're always a friend of this crew.
Lovely. Oh, I did mention, didn't I, that my shipwright was wanting to join your crew.
Yes, you did.
I'll send him down to you tomorrow morning.
It was Balik, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Yep, that was the one. I'll send him down to you tomorrow morning. And then...
Yeah, dwarf fella.
Yep, right. Yeah, he's a bit of a grumpy fucker, but he knows what he's doing.
If he's good at his job and takes orders, then
oh yeah, you don't need.
That'll
to worry
be all
about
we
that.
need.
He'll take care of everything. Like,
well, if he served you well enough, then he'll serve us well enough too.
yeah, well, he did that indeed. Right, I think I'm gonna have to go lay down now.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Indeed. I can only say the same. He stands up now, and you can see he's actually quite drunk. His eyes are starting to roll a little bit.
Lani, would you mind accompanying Captain up to his room, please?
Certainly. Yeah. Come on, Mr. Fletcher. I think, as you say, time to go for a little lay down.
All right, thank you, Lenny. All right, come on. And he does kind of lean against you. He puts his hand as far up your arm as he can for balance, and you can accompany him up to the room. As you walk up the stairs to a hallway area where you can now see Devvie sat on a chair. Are you sharpening knives, did you say?
Yeah, got my whetstone out. I'm working away.
Okay. And if nothing's said, then Fletcher will fumble until he has his key. He'll open the door and say goodnight and farewell, and enter his room. Close the door behind him.
As Lani and Fletcher have left the table and have just got out of earshot, I'm going to look at Des.
I would immediately like sit upright and just put my hands up like, I didn't say anything.
What is wrong with your brother?
He's having a bit of a hissy fit. Might be a way of putting it.
That's a fucking light way of putting it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with your brother?
He feels that we may be jeopardizing the safety of our crew and ourselves by causing trouble while we're here.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So he thinks we can't look after ourselves and our crew.
I'm merely repeating what I was told. I'm pretty sure that's what I was told. He basically feels that this is supposed to be a safe haven for pirates everywhere, and we are coming along and swinging our dicks, figuratively speaking, around and causing trouble.
No, we defended ourselves.
I would agree. And then we were approached by Billy Big Bollocks back there, giving it all
was
that.
Trying to swing his dick about, and we said fuck off.
Exactly. However, my brother feels apparently that this is unacceptable, and that we have acted unwisely, and was rather vexed.
Your brother's a fucking idiot.
It occasionally comes up.
So, who the fuck does he think he is?
1 second, please.
Yes.
Lani,
Yes.
after Fletcher closed his door,
Yeah.
would you have immediately gone back downstairs?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have waited around for too long.
Okay. Then I will say at this point, Lanny returns and reseats himself at the table. You may continue.
So, firstly, he doesn't talk to us like that.
No, I agree. I told him. I had a word. I did say that it wasn't acceptable that you spoke to you like that. I said, I am one thing. I am his brother, and therefore, we have a familiar we have a bond, and that I would accept a certain amount of bullshit from him. However, you and Lanny, welcome back, Lanny, are you are your own people, and therefore, I'm not speaking to him that way. So I have already mentioned that he is to come and have a word and potentially apologise. Whether he will or not, I don't know.
I don't want his fucking apologies. I want him to never do it again, else I'm going to put a lightning bolt up his dick.
That's also an argument, yes.
He wasn't all that nice, so definitely not.
Yeah. One other thing. Your woman.
I've given no indication of any sort that there would be anything, and this is supposed to be the first time.
Inside check.
This is possibly the first time you would have seen Des actually properly flustered.
I mean, okay, yeah. It is one thing for him to be loose with his words. It is another to insinuate that I am anyone's woman.
Now, like I said, Torrin, I'm very fond of you. However, I'm not interested.
That's a good thing.
All right. I mean, I didn't want to be like, I didn't. It's not really the kind of thing you come out and say, is it? Like, oh yeah, morning, Torrin. By the way, I'm not interested in you as a sexual object. It's not like not something you really discuss over breakfast, is it?
I mean, fair, but also, you're a bloke. That ain't my thing.
Yeah, I know, right? I spent a good evening cop blocking you with that lovely bar lady woman. It was.
Yes,
it was.
you did.
Yeah,
And if I wasn't so pissed at your brother, I'd be trying to fuck her now.
I am perfectly aware of your preferences. I am perfectly aware that I don't even know if we carry each other as friends, let alone anything else. All right, I definitely would not consider you my woman. All right.
Make sure your brother understands that.
I mean, it's up.
And I think we need to have a talk tomorrow. All of us.
Yeah, no, I'd agree.
If there's shit that has not been said that needs to be said, we're doing it tomorrow before we go any further with this fucking
partnership?
Yes, partnership, voyage, enterprise that we have seemingly embarked on together. I like this. This is good. We're getting somewhere. I have my own goals, my own aspirations, my own ambitions. But whatever the fuck is going on in my life doesn't adversely affect any of yours, and clearly he's got some fucking issues.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, right? This is his beef. He clearly has a bug up his ass about something. Obviously, that we were out in making waves, which is our prerogative.
We're fucking pirates,
right?
It's our job to make fucking waves.
I mean, there's a joke there somewhere, I'm sure, but still,
Shut up and carry on.
I mean, he's clearly upset about something.
Isn't it all about infamy anyway? I mean, if we can make ourselves out to be quite bloodthirsty and not really give a fuck, then certainly that will get about.
Oh yeah, we're all nice in town, but don't cross us on the seas. Fuck off! Don't cross us.
No, that's what I mean, Torrin.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
The anger doesn't get across the agreeance, but it's there. Fuck.
The agreeance. Okay. Yeah.
Don't you fucking talk about my words, dickhead.
You leave my words out of this. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on this one. He was out of order, and I have told him so.
Right. I'm going to have another drink. And then I'm going to go back to our ship. And I'm going to do another experiment.
All right.
shall I sleep somewhere else tonight, Torrin? Is that probably best?
I mean, there'll just be 2 of them instead of 1. This is not it won't change anything for you unless... Well,
Yeah,
technically this one won't be blind. Because no one's cut his eyes out yet.
It might help, yeah.
And I didn't cut Plug's eyes out. I crushed them. Just yeah.
I mean that too, but yeah, that whole missing an arm and blind thing isn't the most ideal. I should probably do something about that. I don't even know whether I can do anything about that. How the fuck do you make a dead thing regenerate?
I don't think you can. I mean, what the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. I don't even know you could bring a dead thing back like that. I thought zombies were just a kind of naturally occurring thing in the wrong places.
I mean, yes and no, but that's not the point. I mean, I need to figure out how to regenerate things anyway. I just didn't think I'd have to do it this early. No, that's not the point. Look, I've got a lot of fucking things to figure out. Stop looking at me and say something.
Well, you're talking, right? I mean, I'm being polite here and listening to you as you speak.
Oh, don't be polite. No, shut up.
You know, you two do sound times.
Daddy.
Sorry.
You will see a little spark in my eye as I look at you.
You might even see one in mine.
And Lanny just buries his face in his drink.
Right. Listen, mate. I know that you're from an island, right, where which has probably got a population of this fucking room. But I think you need to learn to read the room, mate. Yeah.
Why? There's not many people in here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Lanny,
Right.
do you read?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there not too many books where on the island, but certainly stuff written down and whatnot. I can
Good to
read
know.
a bit.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Look, this shit needs sorting, all right?
I mean, he's upstairs guarding Fletcher's room. There's nothing stopping us from going up there and having a conversation now.
I mean, I'd rather do it in a better environment than the upstairs room of a pub where anybody can walk in on us.
Oh, yeah. Right, well, I am not going to be imbibing anymore this evening because I want to be reasonably sharp in case anybody does decide to pay us a visit in the evening. So, shall we make our way back?
Yeah.
Right, you pay.
Do that.
You pay the. You pay. Well, you can fucking pay, Torrin, considering that we covered most of your fucking
What
part
about?
of the ship.
I mean, we've just given Mr. Fletcher a fucking ton of gold. How about we just say he's got the bill?
Yeah.
Well,
It's not that much. It's
They
not
know
that
him,
much,
yeah?
surely.
He's got the bill.
right. Well,
I may go. Calling to the sexy barmaid.
I'm gonna nip upstairs and tell my brother that we are leaving, and that Torrin would like a meeting tomorrow on the ship. Discuss things that were said earlier. and that it has gone down roughly as well as a French kiss at a family reunion. You're right.
That is an image. My
Mhm.
God.
So, see you in the morning, brother.
It's kind of doesn't look up, but kind of nods. You can see you've seen this before. You can see he's cooling off, but he's not quite ready yet.
And get that fucking bug out of your ass, alright? Oh, tell them what. Back to the ship.
Okay.
I will have conversed with Ameko and said that Fletcher's got the bill.
Okay.
Put it on his tab on his room.
Mm-hmm. He probably would have said something along those lines anyway. So to
What?
her already.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives me an excuse to talk to the sexy barmaid.
Mm-hmm.
So the sexy barmaid with the magical ring that I'm intrigued by.
As I come back downstairs and walk past you talking to the sexy barmaid, I'll be like, right, come on then, wife.
You call me that again, you see what fucking happens, dickhead.
Lanny's just chuckling as he walks away.
I want to walk a little bit faster, Danny. A little bit faster.
Come on, let's go.
I am going to swear under my breath and say, her fucking shipmate is going to be the death of me. So that she can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And I will give her a little smile, bid her farewell. And I'm going to go after fucking dickhead. Fucking chase him back to the fucking ship.
I can move faster!
Hey, let's go.
Faster than lightning.
Look, the three of you head back quite jovially to the ship, leaving Devvie alone upstairs,
Viewing.
sharpening his knives. Through most of the night, I guess.
Yep.
Devvie, is there anything you would like to do?
I would just like to say, do we get through to morning without incident? There's no my passive perception is 18.
If there's something you want to do, then up until that point, nothing would trigger.
Okay.
So if you're sat there listening, you will hear the noises of the bar below slowly start to subside.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, Maiko does come upstairs, but after you explain exactly what you're doing, which I assume you would do,
Yeah, of course.
then she is happy for you to remain sat in the hallway.
Wonderful.
And you do eventually hear the bar below being locked up as the last guests leave. Throughout all of which you would have heard Fletcher snoring from inside his room.
As I'm sat there sharpening my knives, there's just I am calming down, but there's a little knot of tension that just won't go away. So in the very small hours of the morning, when the light is at its darkest, light is at its darkest, when the night is at its darkest, I will find a window. I will slip out, and then when I slip back in, I let's say the audience will see that I am almost up to the elbows in red, and then kind of deciding that, and when the sun starts coming up, kind of deciding that Fletcher's actually quite safe. It will slip out the window again, and the next time you see him, he is walking up the gangplank with something large and heavy wrapped in a sack trailing behind him.
That's where we'll end tonight's session.
What the fuck did you do?
You'll see, I suppose.
Oh,
Yes, we'll have to find out next week, I guess. So,
And as a quick aside, for something that would have happened, I would have
Yes.
done my ritual, and I would
Yes,
have
yes.
turned
Oh, yeah.
Captain Number 2 into a zombie.
okay.
Got a nice high-profile thriller cast happening here.
Yes, I
So,
now have
2 zombies, correct?
Yep.
yes,
two
I have
zombies, one
Wilhelm
dead body.
Paul, and I have Plug.
Okay. Lovely.
So I will need a token and things for Wilhelm Paul,
Mm-hmm.
the zombie.
Yep.
And yeah, that'll be a thing, and he'll have chainmail like Plug, and also be in a set of robes.
Yep. I assumed it would be the same setup.
Yes, exactly the same, just not blind and has 2 arms.
Yeah.
We're going to have to
Okay.
find somewhere
Alright.
else to store these guys.
I mean, the captain's quarters ours now. So.
How about a dinghy behind the boat?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to work the ship eventually, so need them on the boat.
What could go wrong?
Okay. So, anybody listening, thank you very much for joining us. You can rejoin us next week. We might be starting a little bit later than usual because I have something going on.
Life things.
Life gets in the way of D&D sometimes.
Thing going on.
But in the meantime, you can find us on all of the socials, and you can catch up on any missed episodes on YouTube, and you can find us there under T&T Nerds. Does anybody else have any announcements? I guess that's a no, in which case I shall bid you all farewell.
Wow, that was
see you
what we
next
do.
week.
Fuck anything you've got to do. Yeah, we'll go now. Thanks. Bye.
Exactly. Right. See everybody next week. See you.
Yep. And
thank you,
remember, don't be
Yeah.
a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dev. Dick. Sorry.
Yeah, Freudian slip there.
Fair.
Sorry. Freudian
Bye.
blowjob. Ah, no. Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.